Well, guys, welcome to Downtown Melo. You're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Thursday, June 4th, 2020, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or the iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Pixar's Soul and director Wes Anderson's The French Dispatch are among the 56 films selected for the 2020 Cannes Film Festival. Cannes artistic director Thierry Frémaux and President Pierre Lescour announced the selections Wednesday, despite the film festival not taking place this year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The selected films will get to have world premieres at other events, including the Toronto International Film Festival, due to a partnership with Cannes. Lovers Rock and Mangrove from Steve McQueen, Summer of '85 from Francois Ozon, True Mothers from Naomi Kawase, Another Round from Thomas Vinterberg, ADN from Maween, and Fawn from Viggo Mortensen were among the other notable selections. Filmmaker Bong Joon-ho's Parasite won the Palme d'Or at Cannes last year before winning Best Picture at the Oscars. The CW's Batwoman will be featuring a new lead character that is not Kate Kane following the departure of star Ruby Rose. Rose portrayed Kate, a cousin of Bruce Wayne, who dons the cape and causes Batwoman during the show's first season. Our reporter has confirmed that a new lead character will be created who will become Batwoman. The show will introduce Ryan Wilder, an out lesbian who is described as messy, goofy, and untamed, the Entertainment Weekly reported, citing a casting notice. Ryan is a former drug runner who is now reformed and lives in a van. Rose announced in May that she would not be returning to Batwoman following season 1. Warner Brothers and Berlanti Productions said that they would recast another LGBTQ actress to take on the role of Batwoman. Rose said recently about her exit, "It wasn't an easy decision, but those who know, know." She continued, "I have stayed silent because that's my choice for now, but I know I adore you all. I'm sure next season will be amazing also. Love, Hang Up Cal, and Kate." Brooklyn Nine-Nine's co-creator and cast have donated $100,000 to the National Bail Fund Network. Series co-creator Don Gore, star Stephanie Beatrice, and other cast members gave it to the fund, made up of over 60 community bail and bonds funds across the country. Tuesday following George Floyd's death. Floyd, the 46-year-old black man, died last week in Minneapolis, Minnesota, while being restrained by a police officer who knelt on his neck. Gore said Tuesday on Twitter that he and the cast condemned Floyd's death. The writer and producer wrote, "The cast and showrunner of Brooklyn Nine-Nine condemned the murder of George Floyd and support the many people who are protesting police brutality nationally. Together, we have made a $100,000 donation to the National Bail Fund Network." He added, "We encourage you to look up your local bail fund. The National Bail Fund Network is an organization that can lead you to them." Beatrice, who plays Detective Rosa Diaz on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, shared the receipt for her $11,000 contribution and encouraged people to also give. She wrote, "I'm an actor who plays a detective on TV. If you're currently playing a cop, if you make tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in residuals from playing a cop, I'll let you do the math. Thanks at Griff Lightning for leading the way," referencing Blue Bloods guest star Griffin Newman. The Walt Disney Company announced plans on Wednesday to donate $5 million to support nonprofit organizations that advance social justice. Disney said it will begin by donating $2 million to the NAACP. The company also committed to matching donations made by employees to eligible organizations. Bob Chapek, the CEO of the Walt Disney Company, said in a statement, "The killing of George Floyd has forced our nation to once again confront the long history of injustice that black people in America have suffered. And it is critical that we stand together, speak out, and do everything in our power to ensure that acts of racism and violence are never tolerable." He continued, "The $5 million pledge will continue to support the efforts of nonprofit organizations such as the NAACP that have worked tirelessly to ensure equality and justice." Music stars The Weeknd and Drake recently donated $100,000 to the National Bail Out following Floyd's death. The National Bailout is a Black League collective working to end pretrial detentions for black women. In May, the San Francisco 49ers pledged to donate $1 million to local and national organizations who are creating change. Lea Michele says she's very sorry for any pain she caused her former Glee co-stars. The 33-year-old actress spoke out on Wednesday on Instagram after Samantha Marie Ware accused her of making the show set a living hell. Ware called out Michelle Monday on Twitter after Michelle tweeted about George Floyd's death and used the hashtag Black Lives Matter. Ware wrote in response to Michelle's post, laughing out loud, "Remember when you made my first television gig a living hell? Because I'll never forget. I believe you told everyone that if you had the opportunity, you would mess up in my wig, among other traumatic microaggressions that made me question a career in Hollywood." Without naming Ware, Michelle said Tuesday that her tweet was meant to be a show of support for people of color. She said responses to her post caused her to reflect on how her behavior towards fellow cast members was perceived by them. Michelle said, "While I don't remember ever making this specific statement, and I have never judged others by their background or color of their skin, that's not really the point. What matters is that I clearly acted in ways which hurt other people." She added, "Whether it was my privileged position and perspective that caused me to be perceived as insensitive or inappropriate at times, or whether it was just my immaturity and me just being unnecessarily difficult, I apologize for my behavior and for any pain which I've caused." Michelle says she's reflected on her shortcomings over the past few weeks. The actress, who's pregnant with her first child, says she will keep working to better herself and take responsibility for her actions in order to be a role model for her future child. She said, "I've listened to these criticisms and I am learning. And while I'm very sorry, I will be better in the future from this experience." She'll play Rachel Berry on Glee through its 6-season run on Fox. She announced in April that she is expecting with her husband Zandy Wright and shared a baby bump photo in May. Astronomy Club, the sketch series, won't return for a second season on Netflix. The show's official Twitter account said Tuesday that Netflix has canceled the sketch comedy series after one season. The post reads, "Seems like a good time to mention hashtag Astronomy Club was sadly not renewed by at Netflix. Thank you to all the fans who watched. Hope that more black artists and comedians are given the platform to have a voice in the future." The post was in response to a fan who tweeted a recommendation for the show and questioned why it hadn't been renewed. Astronomy Club was created by and starred the Astronomy Club comedy troupe, the first all-black troupe from the Upright Citizens Brigade. The show featured sketches exploring the black experiences, race relations, and attitudes towards African Americans in the media. The series stars Jonathan Braylock, Raymond Cordova, James III, Caroline Martin, Jerry Milligan, Shortane Bowen, Monique Moses, Keisha Zolar, and featured Ice Cube, Drew Traver, and Busy Phillips as guest stars. James III confirmed the cancellation on Tuesday. He wrote, "We've been getting lots of love today, so figure we should y'all let you know at Club Astronomy was sadly not renewed by at Netflix and won't have a season 2. We had a blast making it. Thank you for watching, but we ain't playing games. We'll be back." Astronomy Club was executive produced by Blackish creator Kenya Barris and premiered in December. Barris' series Black AF premiered on Netflix in April. Bad Bobby entered rehab in May and is seeking help for, quote, some personal issues. The rapper's team confirmed Wednesday on Instagram that Bad Bobby, born Danielle Bergali, recently checked into a treatment center. The post reads, "Danielle has been working for the past few years and made a positive decision to take some needed time off to attend to some personal issues. For past weeks, she has been in a treatment center receiving and continuing to receive professional support." The post concludes she loves her fans and has promised to return better and healthier than ever. Please respect her and her family's privacy at this time. TMZ said Bergali, who's 17, is seeking treatment for childhood trauma and abusing prescription pills. Sources says Bergali is doing well and is optimistic about her progress. Bergali's stay in rehab could be 30 to 90 days. The rapper's team told TMZ, "We are very proud of Danielle for recognizing that she needed help and seeking it out." Bergali came to fame after a 2016 appearance on Dr. Phil, where she said, "Catch me outside, how about that?" a phrase that went viral. She has since released several singles, including These Hukes, Besties, and That's What I Said. Riverdale star Lily Reinhart is publicly coming out as bisexual for the first time. The 23-year-old actress posted about her sexuality Wednesday on Instagram stories while promoting a Black Lives Matter protest. She wrote, "Although I've never announced it publicly before, I am a proud bisexual woman, and I will be joining this protest today. Come on." Reinhart shared the news alongside a poster for an LGBTQ lead Black Lives Matter protest in West Hollywood. Reinhart most recently dated her Riverdale co-star Cole Sprouse. Sprouse shut down rumors in April that he cheated on Reinhart with model Kaya Gerber. The actor said on Instagram stories, "I tolerate a lot of rumors and slanders from people online claiming to be my fans. But attacking my friends, baseless accusations, leading my address, and sending them death threats are all qualities of insanity and fanaticism." Sprouse said he expected public scrutiny of his behavior, his relationship, but won't tolerate recent behaviors from fans. He said, "When I first stepped into a public relationship, this was one of the foreseeable consequences. And while I truly never intended to indulge any part of my private life to the ravenous horde, it's clear my restraint in updating them has allowed them to push their own agenda onto my habits and lifestyle." Reinhart and Sprouse played Betty Cooper and Jughead Jones on Riverdale. Series creator Roberto Aguilar-Sacasa confirmed in May that the CW series will have a significant time jump in season 5. Nick Cordero is getting slightly better every day, according to his wife Amanda Klutz. Klutz shared a health update and a message of faith and hope on Instagram Wednesday after more than 2 months after Cordero, a Broadway actor, was first hospitalized. Cordero was initially diagnosed with pneumonia in March, but later tested positive for COVID-19. He was hospitalized and placed in a medically induced coma March 31st and had his right leg amputated in April after suffering blood clots in his legs. Cordero woke up from his coma on May 12th, but is still battling complications from COVID-19. In May, Klutz said her husband has a new lung infection and was using a ventilator. On Wednesday, Klutz said she hasn't given up hope for her husband's recovery. Klutz wrote, "I've been told a couple of times that he won't make it. I've been told to say goodbye. I've been told it would take a miracle. Well, I have faith. Faith that is small as a mustard seed sometimes, but that is all you need sometimes." She also added, "He's still here, and despite his odds getting slightly better every day, where there is faith, there is hope. Where there is hope, there can be a miracle. Like my dad has said since day one, every day he's still with us is a miracle. I believe God is with us, with the doctors, and with Nick." Klutz said in April that Cordero's lungs have been severely damaged by COVID-19 and looks as if the actor was a smoker for 50 years. Cordero and Klutz married in September 2017 and have an 11-month-old son, Elvis. The Weeknd is calling on the music industry to take action and give big when it comes to addressing racial inequality. In an Instagram post Tuesday, the 30-year-old singer encouraged music labels, streaming service, and music executives to donate generously to social justice causes following George Floyd's death. On Monday, the Weeknd donated $500,000 to organizations supporting the Black Lives Matter movement. He said Tuesday, "To my fellow respected industry partners and executives, no one profits off of black music more than the labels and streaming service. I gave yesterday, and I urge you to go big and public with yours this week. It would mean the world to me and the community if you can join us on this." Other people in the music industry are pushing for change. Keith Harris, a veteran manager and label executive who represents Stevie Wonder, reflected on the direct and indirect racism he experienced in the industry in an open letter Monday. Harris' message was in response to #Blackout Tuesday. He said he is grateful to see the industry embrace #Blackout Tuesday, but encourage sustained awareness and change. Harris wrote, "I would like to remind you all that this awareness of racism in the industry should not last for 1 day or 1 week or 1 year. This should last forever. I would like to see other young black people in the industry rise to the position of authority and seniority than their talent merits." He says, "We have had many fall dawns in terms of equality in the industry. Let's make this, that this is not another one." Others in the entertainment industry have also donated to social justice causes pushing for the change. And finally, the hip-hop duo Run the Jewels is releasing a new album early and for free to listeners. The duo composed of rapper Killer Mike and rapper and producer LP released the album Run the Jewels 4 on Wednesday. Run the Jewels 4 was originally slated for release Friday. Killer Mike and the EP said in Instagram that they'll release the album early in hopes of bringing some joy. The pair says the world is infested with shit, so here's something raw to listen to while you deal with it. We hope it brings you some joy. Stay safe and hopeful out there, and thank you for giving two friends the chance to be heard and do what they love. The album release comes amid the coronavirus-19 pandemic and national unrest in the wake of George Floyd's death. Run the Jewels 4 is available to download for free or to stream on streaming platforms. Run the Jewels encourage people to donate to the National Lawyers Guild Mass Defense Fund. Run the Jewels 4 features 11 tracks, including the singles Yankee and the Brave, Episode 4, and Ooh La La. The album is the duo's first since Run the Jewels 3, released in 2016. Killer Mike recently spoke in his hometown of Atlanta, Georgia, about Floyd's death and the subsequent protest. He said Monday on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert that he spoke from the heart. And that is your entertainment report for Thursday, June 4th, 2020. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app. Search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.